We will be live.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello.
Hi.
Wait, I can't hear you.
Hi,
Hey.
everyone. We just like to thank everyone for being a part of our
Okay,
new.
I can't hear. So let me try this again. Okay, testing.
We hear
Yes.
you.
Okay, now I can hear.
There you go.
Okay, everyone. Oh, I just like to welcome you guys to our noonday show. The Biz Hub. Every Wednesday, we are here and we are talking to you about business. So the Biz Hub is a part of the Trinity Deliverance Church Entrepreneur Ministry. So we come to you every Wednesday, midday with the masters. And we're just going to be talking. This month, we're going to be talking about the fashion industry. So we're bringing on some of the great ones that are in the fashion industry this month. So my co-host with me is Deborah Glass, which is our director the Entrepreneur Ministry. Deborah is a part of Greater Grace Church, and she's also over their Entrepreneur Ministry. And we have none other than the boss herself in the house. Dr. Sonia Hale, amen. And she runs the Boss Academy. She's also a part of YAP. She's also an author. She's a mother. She's a prophet in the household of God. So we just thank her for being a part of it. Got my niece Tanya with is mental health. She's working with the mental health. She's out there in Las Vegas and she's doing her thing out there. And we just appreciate her because we all know that right now we're all going through something, going through some type of stress and everything. But our special guest for today and all this month, oh, we got Mr. Seti in the house.
Woohoo!
Woo!
Woo.
Cedric,
Hey,
which is Cedric Johnson, moved with direction deliberately, certainly that he's the principal act of in a country Western can possess. Oh my goodness. Every movement uh, is deliberately designed to do so. He is extreme, attentionally. He's detailed with every moment. His presentation move you. Amen. It's the movement of the man of his history. And Cedric is the one that I'm telling you, if you want to know what fashion is all about, Cedric is the one that you need to go to. He's our go-to guy. So we're gonna let everybody just holler at you guys before we get in and we start asking Cedric all these questions about the fashion industry. I don't know about you guys, but because I knew Cedric was kind of on, I decided, okay, let me put on some jewelry, let me put on some something that looks halfway
Right, right,
fashionable,
right, right,
you
right,
know,
right.
and stuff. Let me kind of dress up because I don't want him to call me out to say, girl, what you doing? So we want everybody to just give a few minutes shout out. So we're gonna start with Miss Deborah.
I just want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. We're
thank you.
excited about you being here. We're excited about hearing from Seti. I'm not going to take up a lot of time because I really want to hear what he has to say.
All right,
Awesome.
Tangi.
Yeah. Well, I'm so excited about this. My bachelor's degree was in fashion marketing. I
Yes.
didn't do fashion design because I didn't know how to draw, but I
Mhm.
love to make changes to clothes. So fashion is that's my first thing. So I'm very excited about this.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Yes. I may
Amen.
not look like it today, but it's early on the West Coast.
Oh, that's
Catch me
right.
later.
3 hours difference, right?
Yes, it's early here. Yes.
Okay.
All right, Dr. Hale.
I think
Your
she might
mic,
have her
your
mic
mic
off.
needs to be
Looks
unmuted.
like she has her mic off.
Hmm.
Mhm.
I can't see her.
Yeah, she has a. Looks like she has an image.
Right. But her mic needs to
Yeah,
be turned.
Okay.
Yeah, it
there
looks
we
like
go.
somebody did it. Yeah, here we
There
are.
it is. Hey, there we go.
There
Okay.
we go.
There we got
Hey,
All
some
right.
live.
Can you see me now?
we can hear you.
Okay. Can you see me?
I can see
Here
you. I can
we
see you now. I don't know what's going on with me, but I can see you.
go.
Well, listen, I am so excited to be here today. Definitely the fashion industry. For those that don't know my former life, I used to model in my younger days. So fashion has always been something that I've been interested in and love. So I know this is going to be absolutely phenomenal. And I am excited to be here today. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's
All
awesome.
right. Okay, Mr. Sandy, we don't introduce you. And so the thing is that we girls want to know uh, what's the latest style, what we should
Right.
be wearing, and what we should be wearing this season, and what we need to pull out the closet and send
Right.
it to you to redo over. What is it that we're supposed to be doing in this season?
Help
What's
us,
hot,
help
what's
us.
not, what to keep, what to give away, and
Yes.
all
Yeah,
that
what to
stuff.
keep, what to give away, what to hold over there for us to redo it.
And you know, it's real interesting because this whole year has gone by, and it went by so quickly. And the last formal involvement that I had was actually finally showing a collection in Paris for Paris Fashion Week back in February, which does not seem like a year ago, but it has been. And I was actually showing fall 2020 because everything is like 6 months ahead of schedule in terms of showing the collections so that you can get everything to the manufacturer and the orders. And it went over well. It was um, a desire and a dream that I've had all of my life to actually show a collection of clothing in Paris during Paris Fashion Week. And it finally came to pass. Um, I'd always known that I was going to get there, but I didn't necessarily know how I was going to get there. I didn't know when I was going to get there. All I knew is I was going to get there. So everywhere I went um, here, and I would see a Paris pin or a Paris candle, I would buy it and just put it up on my mantle. And I stared at it. I kept it. I had a picture of Paris, a picture of Eiffel Tower, and it was in all of my studios. And this was when I was in Detroit, actually. In Greektown, I had a beautiful loft over Nikki's, if anybody's familiar with Detroit. And it was in the early 90s when it wasn't cool to be downtown
Yes.
after 5 o'clock. You know what I mean? So,
Yes.
so I watched the Greektown Casino go up from my window in Greektown, and it was the closest that I could get to what I had researched about how they did things in New York. And I went down there and I grabbed this cute little loft studio over Nikki's, and I worked out of there for years. Worked out of there for years. I would do fashion shows in the middle of the day, 3 o'clock on a Saturday for no reason, because that's the way they did it in New York. And I've always had this unique ability to recreate what I felt or what I saw, what my experience was. So I think that's a direct connection to what it is to be creative. You see something and then you figure out how to make it come to pass, make it come to life. But yeah, so that's how it kind of started with me. I started very young, and my mom was from the South, so she was a very fashion conscious woman, very formal. You know, she wouldn't leave the house without being completely done up. So that's what I was used to. That was my first example of what style was. And I started as a kid just kind of being fascinated by the whole construction of it. I started out more technical, so I was building things, tearing things up, blowing fuses, all of those kind of things I did as a kid. And I got into more of the engineering thing, but I was just fascinated by the construction part of fashion. Like, how can I see something like this and actually put it together? And that's the way it kind of started. And my mom always encouraged me to do it. If you want to do it, whatever you want to do it. I'll help you out. I'll assist you, but just go ahead and do it. So for that, I've always been very grateful for that kind of support. But yeah, so that's how I kind of got started in this whole industry. Went into engineering, worked for General Motors for almost 3 decades. Worked in the Warren Tech Center for years. And as long as I worked for somebody else, I've worked for myself. So I've never had just one job. I don't know what that's all about. I don't even know how to relate to anything in terms of work. I'm always working. I'm always thinking, but it keeps me going. It keeps me young.
Hey, we need
It
that,
keeps
don't
me
we?
young.
We
But yeah,
need that.
so
So
the
what's
fashion.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
go ahead. Go ahead.
No. The fashion industry took a little relapse back toward the beginning of the year last year, and it we had to figure out how to continue to do business from a business perspective. We had to really figure out how to do business, because stopping, quitting was not an option. So we had to really figure out how to continue to do business and show these collections and keep in touch with our clients. And just like any other industry, we had to really do things completely different. And the wonderful thing about it, though, it's been an opportunity. This whole entire year has been a wonderful excuse to rebrand, to restructure, to figure out. I decided when I finally got back to the States back in last February from Paris, which everything went amazing. It was a dream of a lifetime, like I mentioned before. And we went over there and we just really just disrupted the whole entire Paris. So, so it was a great experience. But when we finally got back, I had to figure out, wow, things are not going to be the same anymore. So I had to figure out how am I going to show. I've been working on this collection for the last 6 or 8 months, and now I can't do those shows that I had planned all the rest of the summer. Here, we had gotten orders. Then they shut down New York, so we had to deal with the manufacturers. We had to restructure. I had to move everything from New York and move it to where I was here, because I decided to come back to DC instead of New York because it was just in such turmoil there. So everything was just, we literally had to figure out how to do things completely different. And instead of having an audience, a physical live audience, we had to, like everybody else, we had to resort to doing things visually, social media, and still being creative and still making it look fabulous and real, and just doing it a different way. But I did decide when it all jumped off, I said, you know what? I refuse to come out of this thing in the same position that I went into it as. And that's been my main focus. And every opportunity that I have created for myself in being in a situation that nobody can control, is completely up to you.
I like you saying that. I like you
Yeah.
saying I refuse to come out of this the same way that I went in it.
That I went.
And that's the way we have to all look at it, is that we're refusing to remain. I'm gonna let Dr. Ham talk on that for a few minutes. Refusing to stay in that same lane or stay in the way that we were before 2020 happened to us. Dr. Ham?
Absolutely. I love that. Look, I was all into it. You said so much that resonated, as far as from putting, Paris on your mantle and making sure that it was in front of you and then being able to see that dream come to pass. And I think that, now we are in this season where God gave us all an opportunity to reset, to restructure, to really, because a lot of times we're running 100 miles an hour with our dreams, meaning that we're running so fast that a lot of times we don't have time to look back and to really see what we've accomplished or appreciate what we have accomplished. And so in this season of reset, we all have that opportunity now to really get a grasp on where we are, what it is that we are called to do, how we're going to impact the world, how we're going to impact our environment, and be able to do it with excellence. So I love that. And then again, in the same voice saying, I refuse to come out of this season in the same place or refuse to come out stuck. And I think really, Apostle, that was it right there. I mean, we could just go home on that right there. Like, we have to refuse to settle, and this is a season of growth. So either we're going to face these challenges and allow it to birth more creativity in us and bring out more innovation through us, or we're going to allow this season to cause us to retreat. And my philosophy is no regret, no retreat, no return. In other words, I can't regret what's going on. It's a season of growth. I'm not going to retreat from the challenges that are presented. And then I can't return back where I came from. So we just got to figure this out. We got to make it work, and we got to move forward. That's my take right there.
Woo,
Awesome.
Miss Deborah.
That is so awesome, because it is a state of mind, and this is the work of the Lord. It's nothing that we chose. It was something that had happened to all of us. The good thing about it happened to us all at the same time.
At the same time.
Like, I went through my pandemic experience in 2017 and 18 and 19 by myself. So now I feel like I had to make some major changes. And now to me, it's like, okay, this can be a good thing, because sometimes you need to change what you're doing. Sometimes you're just doing it out of habit. This is where you've always done things, and now it's forced you to pick that creative side of your brain to come up with new innovative ways of doing things. You may just like some of the changes and not go back to the old way, So I just think that you both said some great things in terms of your attitude has everything to do with your, with your ability to rise out of the room. And again, if you see your vision and your why is big enough, nothing will change that. You may have to change the direction in which you go to get there, but the goal is still the same, So whatever that why is, whatever that vision you have, whatever it is that God has given you to do, it's like, if you go ahead in Chicago and the road is closed here, you're not going to just stop and turn around and go back home. You're going to say, okay, well, there's another road that can get me there, So that's kind of how this, to me, is happening for us. If you still stay focused on your why, don't stop thinking in terms of what you're doing, why you're doing it, and then you're going to find other ways to get it done. And again, you might like it actually better.
Yeah.
It's Tanda, what you think with the mental part of that? What you think about?
Well, the mental part of that, what Seti, to kind of piggyback off of what Seti said, is he refused to come out of this the same way he went in. For some of us, though, that is not an external change. That is not something that's actually physical that we see. It's the state of mind. It's how we look at things. It's how we see things.
Absolutely.
And we've had to change that way of thinking in order to adjust. And one of the things that I always would tell my clients, especially ones who maybe they have a goal that they're setting, they're planning, and they kind of suffer some anxiety from it. It's like I use the analogy of the alphabet. You know, there's 26 letters in the alphabet. And when you got a goal, you got a task that you want to do, don't look at you're standing at A and I need to get to Z. Master A, figure out A. And while you're at A, yes, have your short-term goals, but Z is your long-term goal. Have your short-term goals, but that's going to be B and C. Sometimes you stay at A for a little bit while longer than you need to, because oftentimes if we get things before we're prepared for it, then we will mishandle it.
Yes.
And so you master A, and then you go to B, and there might be some letters you're going to skip. You might go back a little bit, but that's okay, because if you have to go back, then there was something you needed to get from that. So to not overwhelm yourself with the thoughts of how am I going to get this done? How am I going to get to Z? There are 24 more letters in between A and Z that we have to figure out on our task and our goals.
24 more letters.
Oh,
Yes.
Don't panic. Don't throw
Don't
it
panic.
in.
That's right. Don't throw it, you know.
Don't give
No.
up. Don't give up. So, Mr. Sin.
Yes. Now we're gonna talk some fashion now.
Now let's talk some.
I'm gonna show you my Paris picture when we're done, okay?
All right.
I'm with
All
you
right.
on it.
I want to see it.
Okay.
I definitely want to see it.
Before Sandy start, ladies, he have invited us to go to Paris with him when all this stuff is over with.
Listen, I'm planning
Yes.
in September.
Yes. I went in
Right now, you got
2012, and I'm
months.
due to go back. We got
You
9
got
good
8
months
good months.
between now. We got 8 months in between now. I went in
By that
2012, and I
time,
cannot
those
wait to
numbers
go back.
will be changed, and all of that
Yes.
little COVID stuff will be behind us. Amen. Might as well call it. And we're gonna be ready to get back to it, because I'm already working on a brand new collection that I'll be showing in September in Paris again. And so get ready.
All right.
I would be 50 in September, and so I think I'm justified to go to Paris in September.
That's right. That's your excuse.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Look,
that's my story.
Why are you going to Paris? Because I can. Because I'm 50.
Because I can. And I'm 50.
I'm 22. Look, I'm 22 for the 4th time around, so that's why I'm going.
Right.
I'm going because I want to go. That's good enough.
Amen. Okay, you guys. So tell me what's the fashion? What colors should we be looking for? What colors should we not be wearing in this season?
They when I was in Paris, they were showing a lot for fall. They were showing a lot of very fuller. The silhouettes were very comfortable and flowy.
Like that.
Long gone is the day where they're doing the whole matchy thing. So they're mixing tweeds in terms of the tailored suits that they're doing for ladies. They're mixing the tweeds and the polka dots together, and the different colors that they're mixing and blending all of these. I've always been attracted to the more elegant side of things. So I would put things together like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Is that a bell sleeve on there? What do I see
That
on
is
there?
actually a bell sleeve
Yes. Yes.
trimmed
Come through.
with.
Come
You know
through.
what? I'm trying to look. I'm trying to learn how to share my screen and all that, you folks. But that right now, I don't. I'm not in there.
Yeah,
And
but
you
that's
said
a-
it's
but
trimmed
that's
with
a-
what? You
that's
said
a-
peacock feathers?
Yeah, the whole wrist of that was trimmed with peacock feathers going all the way around. And let me explain to what couture means, because before I realized that I was actually a designer, because I didn't know what I was. I just thought everybody could do what I did, but that was my gift.
Yeah.
And somebody tapped me on the shoulder when I was a kid and said, you know what? Everybody can't do that.
No.
And this is what you are. You're a designer. And I was like, wow, really? But I've always been attracted to the highest level of whatever I was interested in. When I did my research, I would always start at the top. That's just in my DNA. I would naturally go to the top. So the top of the fashion industry is the whole Parisian perspective of what style and fashion is, and that's Rome and Italy and Paris. So that's what I started studying before I even started my company, before I did anything. I just started tuning into how they did things in Paris, and and the over the top expression of what style was, which people loosely throw the word haute couture around here in the United States, and it doesn't exist here. That's the sad reality. Haute couture does not exist here. It's the Super Bowl of fashion. It's having a designer come up with the concept in his head, and if I design this Dupioni silk gown that's hitting the floor, and I want 386 ostrich feathers to go around the hemline, then that's what it is. That's what couture is. Couture is taking the time to hand sew in the silk lining versus having it done by a machine. So that's the whole approach that I decided. That's why I got that loft downtown, and that's why I hand selected all of my fabrics, and I wanted a space outside of my home to really connect with my whole creative side. And I had a really nice job, really young, so I was able to afford all of that fancy stuff, because I had half a brain. And I was able to really go into the engineering side, and it kind of financed my whole creative side. So I've been very fortunate, very blessed to be able to do that. And but back to how they were showing and what we showed in Paris, we were showing very flowy things. I had an opportunity to meet designers from all over the world, from Africa to Spain, Morocco. There was a designer in Morocco that was actually showing at the Ritz in Paris, and that's where all the major designers show their collections. And so wait till we go in September. I got it down packed now. We're gonna have a ball. So
Okay.
So
don't threaten me with a good time, Sadie.
So they're showing very flowy things. They were showing a lot of natural fibers and silks and over the top things that they were showing in Paris. My collection was a little bit understated, but at the same time, it was very elegant. I think the Free Press in Detroit years ago described my collection as offbeat elegance, because I kind of mixed jerseys and knits that was trimmed in mink. So that juxtaposition of a really comfortable fabric that you would normally wear for sportswear, I would mix it with the most elegant, rich trimmings and things like that. So but that's that side of the brain that I do things that it's not normal.
That's the left side of the brain.
The left side of the brain, right? I'm all left brain. So I've always been very creative when it came to mixing fibers, and I start with textile. I start with the textile of things. I start with the textures of fabrics and the way that they make me feel, and the way that they physically feel, and the way that they flow, and the way that they move. And so fabrics are everything. I start with fabric, and then I start with concept. Sometimes I'm fascinated by certain eras of time. I did a collection back in, I think it was '99 in Detroit, and they actually gave me cover of Metro Times. I'll try and pull that up so I can show it to you. But it was the same hat designer who was at the time down on the boulevard. His name is Mr. Song Wook. Yeah. He was the designer that designed the famous Aretha Franklin hat that she did, that she wore, the gray felt hat trimmed with the rhinestones. yeah, he was going to Paris the same time that I was designing this big collection that I showed at the Whitney restaurant in Detroit years ago. And for some reason, I commissioned him, and he went for it, and he designed all of my hats. He put together all of my hats for my collection that season.
Wow.
That was pre-Obama.
Yeah.
so
Wow.
so so
Awesome.
I've always been fascinated by certain eras of time, and that whole collection was reminiscent of the 1920s, 1930s, and I called it my Titanic collection because it was full of satins and velvets, and everything had a hat. Everything was all bobbled out, like you right now, Lady Di.
Yes, yes.
Everything was bobbled out. So you know had jewelry down, and I noticed the pearls on Miss Sonia. That's fabulous. You are so on point. It is all about the pearls. It is all about the
Girl.
pearls this season.
Uh-oh.
Get yourself a string of pearls
All about
and let them things hang down there. I'm telling you. Now that's the accessory, and you right on point because I noticed that when you came on, I was like, okay, she got the pearls.
She got the pearls. Let me
I see the pearls.
Pearls and the chucks, the pearls and the chucks.
She
That's
got the, she got the
So
pearls.
that's definitely on point in terms of what they're doing accessories right. The vice president of this country right now, Kamala Harris, she's known for just having that simple little
That simple
string of
pearls. Everybody's doing
And
pearls
now
now.
everybody's doing pearls. Like that's the thing to do, to
That is.
accessorize. Coco Chanel was actually known for the clustery pearl
Pearls.
ensembles that she had on and that she wore with those beautiful brocade suits that she used to put together, and she would always have those pearls coming all the way down. And don't be afraid. I've always told my clients, it's fashion. Have fun with it. Anything that you get wrong, you can correct. Anything that you end up not liking, you can redo it. You can have it done over. You can, if you have a ball gown design, 2 months later, if you want to wear it to another event, chop it off, change the hemline. It's a whole new situation.
Make it a cocktail dress. This is a new
Exactly.
day.
Make a cocktail dress. Get your wear out of it. One of the things that a lot of my clients always do is they call me up and they say, remember when you done that piece for me, that gown? I really want to wear that again. Can I send it back to you? And I'll just redo it. I'll just rechange it, add another piece of fabric around the hemline, change out the cuffs. And I've always recycled
Yes,
those.
yes,
And that's what
Lord.
you should do. All those suits that you have in the closet, break them up,
Yes.
chop them
Oh.
in half,
Mix
change
and
those.
match.
Well,
And,
thank you, because I was just
take that skirt, add it with a leather bomber jacket and a tall boot. Mix it up. That's how you stretch your wardrobe. You have about 20 to 30 separate new looks in your closet when you break those suits up and when you break up those ensembles. I'm from Detroit, so we're used to outfits. So when you wear this suit, you wear those shoes and that hat.
Yeah, yeah.
Gone, long gone. Chop that thing up, mix that hat with another piece, take that skirt and wear it with a tall boot, put a little simple little tank top up under there, put on that jacket, a leather bomber. Why not?
Yes. Why not?
Why not?
Yes. All
Why not?
day.
Put those
All
pearls
day.
on with a pair of jeans. Mix it
Yes.
up. If you're going out for the evening, it's a little cool. Throw on your leather gloves for no reason in the middle of the night. It's have fun with fashion. That's what fashion is all about. Is just having fun. I mean, I've designed. I did one project in Detroit where I would have all of my clients bring me all of their old blue jeans, and I would chop these jeans up.
Yes, you did.
To skirts and turn them into, I think I did a denim wedding gown.
Yes,
And
yes.
it was designed from about 5 or 6 pairs of old denim
Yeah,
jeans that a
yeah.
client
It was
had.
gorgeous.
So
It was.
that's what style is all about. It's about taking what's here and turning it into reality.
Yeah,
And and
yeah.
and that's what it's all
I
about.
remember. I remember. I just saw something in a magazine, and I said, "I'm gonna send this to Seti."
Yeah, you've done that before.
I did it a couple of times. And I'm telling you, by the time he finished that gown, it was the most gorgeous gown that you ever want to see. And it looked nice on me, I'm telling you. So he really knows how to bring that in and customize it to look just like you, no matter what the design is and stuff. So, ladies, I'm going to let you guys ask Seti a question. I'm going to start with Tangy, since you up. I'm going to start with you. Ask Seti a question, and then
Okay.
we're going to kind of move around a little bit.
Okay. Oh, I just have so many. Okay, let me try to narrow it down to one. She done put me on the spot. Okay, one question. Okay, one question. So I'm the type. Okay, so when we asked in the beginning, what should we get rid of and what should we keep?
Mm-hmm.
I have the tendency to not get rid of too much anything because I know fashion is going to recycle back around. Things
Yeah,
are going to,
yeah.
recycle back around. So, but in terms of the color, what is the color? What's the next color that's coming up? I've been seeing a lot of vibrant, like hot pinks and the purples and the yellows. Is that what we're staying with, or what's the next?
The trendy colors are the more the return of the more bright colors.
Okay.
Your your real vibrant blues and greens.
Okay.
That beautiful striking bright magenta, which is like a fuchsia, a
Mm-hmm.
darker
Okay.
form of
Okay.
fuchsia.
Okay.
A lot of designers are doing prints as well. Your
Mm-hmm.
floral prints, like they're doing
Yes.
head to toe floral, flowy florals. I did last fall season. I did the my interpretation of what they used to call in the 50s the moo dress,
Oh,
Okay.
and it was
yeah.
I changed the whole
Sensational.
look of it, but the whole comfortable,
Yeah.
oversized, it could fit
Woo.
anybody.
Yeah.
You throw it on, and I did it with a real beautiful silk, um, like silk knit. So it was a very comfortable, and it had a lot of colors. I did polka dots. I did florals. I think you have one of those pieces, don't you?
So did
Yeah,
we pop a belt on with that? Did you
You
put
do.
belts on
Go
the
ahead.
muumuu, or you just wore it straight kind
you could actually take this thing and just add a belt and create a whole nother look, because without the belt it was a very full look
Oh,
with fitted sleeves, and you literally just got into it,
yes,
and you looked fabulous because of the
yes,
silhouette, but at the
yes,
same time it was comfortable, it was stylish.
of? Right.
I did some of
yes,
them with turtlenecks. I
yes.
did some of them with a scoop neckline that kind of fell off the shoulder, but it
Mm-hmm.
Oh
was.
yes. Oh
But
yes.
back to the color, it was. I had all different kinds of colors, bright colors. I
Yeah.
had black and white polka dot. I had purples and greens, very floral, and wear those prints. Wear
It
them.
is so it is so comfortable.
Yeah.
I gotta do
But
like Dr. Joyce, wear all of my cities collections the next time.
absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, brighter colors are really in, and those all different forms of that turquoise is
Mm,
what I saw a
okay,
lot
okay,
of. So
okay,
those
okay.
seafoam greens,
Yes.
Ooh,
the turquoise, the yellows, um, all of those exotic bird colors are really hot.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Got it?
Okay.
Yeah.
I got it. I got it.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to pop some color in my life. As
Yeah.
much as I love
And do the
fashion, every
color
now and again I
blocking.
do it.
Do the color blocking. The color blocking is when you have that really bright gold uh, um, tailored jacket with a fuchsia tank up under it,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
that emerald green skirt,
Okay.
with a different
Okay.
color shoe. And that's
Oh,
called color blocking. Is, you
color
know,
block.
nothing is really matching, but all of those colors together makes the whole ensemble just work.
Yes. Okay.
All
So
righty.
just imagine an exotic bird with the yellow wing, and the beak is a bright red, and you know, just mix all those colors and do the color blocking. Sometimes you can do all one color here and then put on a nice thick colored belt, change the color of your skirt, and then add a really bright pump for no
Okay.
reason,
For
you know,
no reason at
for
all.
no reason at all.
I
Just
just,
because you can. Okay.
Just because you can.
I
Absolutely.
got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
all righty,
All right.
Miss
So
Deborah.
don't ever be afraid of color.
Well, Sadie, let me ask you this then. With the way that, our shoes change, the heels on our shoes and things, how do we decide whether that's a keep or not? Whether we can use those shoes again, or no, you don't want to wear those heels because they're changed. Is there a rule for that?
It's not necessarily a rule. My own personal rule of thumb when it comes to style and heels and accessories is, first of all, start with comfortable. Start with comfort.
Okay, that's good.
Find the heel and the height of heel that's comfortable for you.
Okay.
And I know a lot of my clients will go for that 4 or 5 inch heel, and then they're uncomfortable all night. But find out what's stylish and comfortable, and then go from there. To change the look, you can go from a pump to a slingback. A slingback is the most classy, sexy heel that you can wear at any length and it still looks good.
Okay.
Gucci did a real flat little 1.5 inch heel, but it was a slingback with a pointed toe, and it was incredible. And they wore them with ball gowns.
Okay.
But it's that slingback is a go-to. If you don't have a slingback, the slingback and a wedge, the wedge has that same effect. You can get a wedge that's not so high, and it'll still look good. A wedge is a beautiful, and that slingback and that wedge will get you through.
Okay.
Ooh, sling back and wedge, ladies.
That slingback and that wedge, that'll get you through.
Okay.
Sling
I
back,
love a
wedge,
wedge.
and pearls. Sling back, wedge, and pearls.
And bright colors.
And bright color, that's your 4 things.
Right.
Yep.
And always have fun with get you a good, comfortable, high boot that comes past your
Yes. Your knee, yes, up to thigh high.
Okay.
yeah, you can go thigh high too. Absolutely. Why not?
Okay, I'm an old lady.
They have them in flats.
Lord,
I have a
you
pair.
don't have
They
to
have
go
them
all
in
the way up
flats.
there,
You can
but
do it.
get that taller boot that that you can wear with a slack, or if you wanted to go with a shorter skirt, you could at the same time. And then it doesn't show your leg. It doesn't give you all leg, but it's it's stylish.
Yeah.
But a real classic boot is always good. A black boot will carry you really far.
Yes, it will.
A nice tall black boot will carry you anywhere.
I do have a nice tall black boot that you designed for me.
Oh, we need to see that.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh
Miss
my
old,
God.
Miss old lady, Miss
It
22-year-old. You
is,
Miss talk about she old
it
lady.
is a
I'll give you another
nice,
little
nice.
flashback.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
That's
Wow.
beautiful.
Wow.
Wow.
I like that.
We
Is
go.
that a soft pink? That's a rose color? What's that? Is
It's
that
it's actually a rose color and like a gold. It's actually a stripe.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna learn how to share my screen and do all that stuff
That's okay.
by time next week get here,
Yeah.
so we can see someone
Yeah,
else's.
but
And
yeah,
you teach me when you learn, okay?
Uh,
it's kind of
so
like it
so
was
Doctor,
kind of
so doc,
Italian silk taffeta. So it had a nice weight. It was kind of stiff, so that's what gave it that That's what made those sleeves do that.
That
And
avant-garde.
the avant-garde kind of thing. It was actually a wrap jacket.
Yeah.
It was a wrap jacket with an asymmetric skirt that kind of gathered. You could it had pull strings in it, so you can kind of create the hemline, change the hemline, and have it be more formal. But at the same time, if you wanted to wear it,
I got 2 of those too.
Somebody,
I'm gonna let Dr. Helm ask you something or say something, and
Sure.
then we're gonna.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna have to almost wrap it up. It's coming the almost time.
Okay.
Well, listen, I have thoroughly enjoyed this. You made my baby leap.
That's awesome.
Brought back that. Look, I'm feeling the runway. I'm feeling, and so what I am going to ask is that the next time, I know we can't do it now, but I would love to see just a couple of pieces that you have.
Absolutely.
Live pieces. I'm excited. Like, this is amazing. And for me, I came to the realization that I just like Black. And I don't know if I just like Black because it's comfortable, it's easy, it's sexy, it's classy. But I have a problem with bringing color in my life. Now, I'm two extremes Black, but then I do a lot of cream, and I just find it's hard to match my skin with a lot of other colors. So how do we offset the Black so that we don't look like, what's her name, Letitia off of
Morticia. So the easiest way to do that, and you can do this without really interrupting the foundation of your wardrobe, is to do that with accessories.
Gotcha.
What you have on right now, if you took those pearls off and found a really colorful silk scarf that you stretched out long and just took it and tied it into a knot. So you have the knot in the middle of it. Take that and tie it in the back. Stuff that down the back of your jacket, and then you have this beautiful scarf with a knot right here, and it almost gives you like it almost comes across as a piece of jewelry.
Oh wow.
Okay.
And it has all the color. You can keep everything else black, but you got that pop of color right here.
I love it.
I love that.
I love scarves.
Me too. I love scarves.
Take the big square scarf and fold it triangular. I wish I had something. I'm looking for something to grab so I can show you. But fold it triangular to where it's a triangle. And then take those two ends and tie that in the back, so it gives you that dropped cow neck rouging kind of effect. That almost comes across. I've done that in the middle of a fashion show where I didn't have a blouse and I needed a blouse really quick. I would grab a piece of silk, I tie it in the back, I get that little drapey look in the front, tie that in the back at the waist, and it created a blouse that did not exist.
Wow.
Right.
So you can do that under a black suit, and also you can do that with your jewelry. The color with your jewelry. A nice
and the shoes.
Bracelet and the shoes. Pop that black coat with a bright burnt orange tall boot or something. That gives you, but that's how you can incorporate that color. But I love black. I mean, I feel most comfortable in black, and you can never have enough. You can never have too much black.
I know. I just counted 19 black.
It's the perfect getaway. It's the perfect getaway. It's easy. You can go to your closet and grab 3 black things and don't have to match it, because it's gonna always work. And it looks good. It's elegant, like you said. It's comfortable. It's elegant. It's classy. It's timeless. You can wear a black suit forever.
Yes, you can. Yes.
Pop on a red or a fuchsia lipstick.
How do you get in touch with
And
you?
that's all accessories. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Change the
Yeah.
color of your lipstick. Absolutely. A real rich plum lip. And instead of doing, you know, if you want to have that little pop in terms of makeup, you can always do a gloss over your lipstick. That always makes it, you know, it gives you that little pop.
Yeah.
A pop in color, but you can always find interesting ways to add that color to your wardrobe without stepping outside of who you are. Because I love black. I've always worn black. I got on black now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
wearing black. Yeah.
Somebody told me, "Oh, you wear too much black. Are you still moaning?" I said, "Girl, I look good in black."
That's right.
No,
I
That's
said,
right.
I'm moaning. I just look good in black.
I look good in it. That's right.
So you need more. Your dark skin. You need more colors and stuff like that. I'm good with that too. But yes,
Right.
I love black, and it's not black because I'm moaning or anything like that. But I just love the way black feel on me.
Yeah.
And it's more easier to accessorize to me than to try to get all
Yes.
these other colors and everything. And I put on me a crazy color shoe, and I'm good.
Absolutely.
And your nail polish is popping. So there
yes,
it
it
is.
is. I
Nail
was just
polish
going
is an
to that.
accessory.
Yes,
Yes.
I told you. Yes.
That's your pop of color
I
right
told you
there,
that.
auntie.
Yep.
There it is.
Thank you.
My hands. Yes.
And it's slimming. Black is slimming. Like,
Yes.
it's very slimming.
It always makes you look
Oh, I
slim.
need that. Look, I need that.
Go to for that look.
Right.
How do we get in touch with you if we wanted to, you know, contact you to get the things made or whatever? How do you work that? How's that done?
Okay. My main contact spots on social media is Instagram, and it's really simple. It's SETI Collection DC,
Okay.
and that'll get me on Instagram. And I always have the latest things on Instagram, what I'm doing. If I'm going someplace, I always put it on Instagram. And Facebook is really simple. On Facebook, I'm SETI Johnson.
Okay.
CEDI.
And that's CEDI. Okay.
Correct. CEDI Johnson.
Okay.
So Facebook and Instagram,
Mhm.
that'll get me
Anytime.
wherever I am, and it'll always show you what I'm doing currently.
Mhm,
For the piece that you see right here,
I was gonna say you
I know,
got
I
that's
love
a mauve. That's
got-
a mauve sweatshirt with the custom sleeves. Actually, it's a little bit different, and it's right on time for Black History Month. We're right in the middle of Black History Month, and it just simply says we're Black on top. 2021, we're Black on top.
Oh,
I
wow.
love
Is that a pick? Is that a pick in the afro?
Yes.
Do I see it?
Yeah,
Pick up on every little detail. This is how you
yeah,
hear
that's
Yeah.
me?
so we're doing all different
You're
kinds.
picking it all up.
So how do we get that
With the
shirt?
paintbrush.
Yeah.
How do we get that shirt?
You
Go
can just
to
go on
Instagram?
to go on to Instagram. Yep. And it'll give you all the details. I also did an homage to Cicely Tyson, who just passed. I just did a post on her the Monday before she passed, and I just had no idea. Well, no one was, nobody had idea. I think I posted, no one knew that she was scheduled to return home this week. So I was just to talk about it because I actually had a wonderful opportunity to meet her at, this was when I was covering Fashion Week in New York for the Michigan Chronicle and the front page. I was there, and I literally ran into her at a B. Michael show that I was covering, one of her favorite designers, if not the favorite designer that they were really good friends, and he kept her looking amazing.
Good. Awesome.
B.
Yes,
Michael,
all the time.
Black designer,
Yes.
has been around forever. B. Michael is amazing. But anyway, I met her at the show, and I ended up sitting next to her, and I'm telling you, the knowledge that I got, if you were told to do an essay on what style and grace and elegance was and turn it in, you'd have to tear it up if you were in the same room with Cicely Tyson.
Yes.
Because when she came through the room, she defined what class grace and elegant was. But anyway, I wanted to do something for her, and I'll let you guys see what this is. It's a hand painted piece, and it has a quote that she once said to me, and I'll read that to you. It says, "My work here is done. Now take this torch and you run, child."
Woo!
Yes.
So
Yes.
and every T-shirt is
It brings chills on you.
Yes, that's beautiful.
of course.
Oh, and it's tied at the
Oh,
bottom.
wow.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness,
wow.
Daddy. It's got it off the
Oh.
shoulder too. Does it kind of drape off the shoulder a little? Oh my goodness.
Oh, my
Daddy,
goodness.
stop it. Stop it.
And we have these in all colors. I'm not doing a lot of them. I'll probably end up doing maybe 10 or 15 of them. But these are like handmade pieces, and they're great, and it has her image on there, and it's just something that I just kind of wanted to do, because she was very encouraging to anybody that was creative and young. She always had an encouraging word. She said, "You just keep living, baby. I will never forget it." She grabbed my hand and she said, "Just keep living. All you got to do is keep living. Everything else will fall in place. Keep living."
My God.
So I had to do something like that. But anyway, I added this whole T-shirt, sweatshirt line to my collection this season, and I'm just introducing it. You can go onto Instagram and get right in touch with me. The Cash App information is on there. Just send it, include your address on the thing, or you guys have the inside tip now, so you can call me directly.
Yeah,
you don't have to go through that little social media thing.
Okay,
just call me directly. I'm always available. The number that Lady Di has is the number that works.
That's the bat line number. She's got the special bat line number. Got it.
She got the bat line, right?
She got the bat line. I got it. I hear you. I hear you, Seti.
So you just call me directly. That's all you got to do, and I will. I can get all the information from you, and make sure that I just send you images of everything that I currently have in the new collection and what I'm doing, all that kind of good stuff. So where's everybody from? Are you guys all over?
I'm from Detroit. I just live in Las Vegas. I lived in Atlanta for 15 years, and then I moved here. Yep, but I stayed in Detroit till I was 18, moved to Atlanta, then I came here in 2004. So
okay. And Sonia, you where currently?
Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta.
I love Atlanta.
I love Atlanta.
Oh no, look. My wheels already over here turning, so
Listen, I am scheduled to be in Atlanta like really soon.
Well, please let me know. Yes.
Yeah. Really soon.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes. Well, we can have a mid-year party in Atlanta then.
We absolutely can. And I have a great concept for a show in Atlanta.
Yes.
Yes.
Where the collection can be shown on exhibit style, so you don't necessarily have to have a crowd of people all at one time.
Yeah.
We'll have the display up for 2 days. You can come and enjoy the collection museum style. So you can go out.
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
We need to do that.
I'd have had a long time to figure out how to show a collection of clothes.
Yes. Yes.
So I figured it out. I got some ideas.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm ready.
We're with you, Seti. We're with you. You can't get rid of us.
I am ready.
Please can't get rid of us.
Can't get rid of us.
I hate to say it, you guys, but you know what time it is, right? We have
I know.
say no.
Well, fast.
Hey, we've had fun. So we're gonna be right back here next week with Seti, and by then we're gonna figure out how we can share our stream, and we're gonna figure out how Seti can do a virtual fashion show.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And then we're gonna have some other things that we're gonna do. So y'all stay tuned. Be ready for next week with the masters. And we appreciate you guys for showing up. The Biz Hub is a TDC Vision Center entrepreneur, amen, outreach from the church. And we just want to be a part of helping you get to the place where you need to be at. If God is giving you a vision, then we're going to help you, amen, push you to your vision. And if you're already out there working your vision, then we're going to give you the support that you need in the middle of the week. So we love you guys, appreciate you, and have a great day.
All
Thank
right.